Hello learners, welcome once again to today's lesson. This is Form 3 under a subsection partial variation. Lesson 2, initially I had done a question on partial variation, but to reinforce your understanding, I want to do another question similar to what we did in Lesson 1. And we already said that under partial variation, the variables are connected using the addition sign. Number 2, there are two constants, and number 3, we form simultaneous equations which help us to get the values of the constants before we solve the question in this section. Let us go through the question together. A quantity f is partly constant and partly varies as the cube of e. When e is 1, our f is 23, and when our e is 2, our f is 44. Find the value of f when e is equals to 5 for marks. Let us interpret the question. We are told the quantity f, that is the working, the quantity f varies, or we can say is partly constant. That means we are going to introduce a constant straight away, because f partly varies as the constant, and partly we use an addition sign, and partly varies as the cube of e. That means e cubed. From here now we come down and say our f is equals to, the equal sign replaces the variation sign, and of course we are going to have our k. We don't need to introduce a constant because f varies directly as that constant, and then plus we are going to introduce a constant here. Let me say m, then e cubed. From here now, we can substitute the value of e and f in this equation. We know our f is 23 when our e is 1. So we are going to have k plus e. E is 1, but e cubed means 1 cubed is 1. Times m, we are going to have simply m. Then from there, we have our e is 2, f is 44. So our f is going to be 44, which is equivalent to our constant k plus e this time round is 2. 2 cubed means 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. So 8 times m will give us 8m. So nothing prevents us from saying this is our equation 1 and this is our equation 2. We can still rearrange the two so that we can have our k plus m is equals to 23, and our k here plus 8m is equals to what? 44. What we are supposed to do, we are supposed to unify one side so that we can eliminate it. We remain with 1 so that we can be able to solve it. But in this case, you realize already one side is equal, meaning it is the same. So we are going to subtract the two equations direct, and when subtracting k minus our k will automatically give us a 0. So we are going to remain with m minus 8m. This one will give us minus 7m, which is equivalent to 23 minus 44 will give us negative 21. And from here, we know minus 7m is equals to minus 21. If you want to get the value of m, we are going to divide by negative 7 by negative 7. This one and this one goes, and our m is going to be positive 3. From here, we can substitute this value of m either in equation 1 or equation 2 so that we can be able to get the value of k. So we can say in equation 1, where we have k plus m, k plus m is equals to 23. So already we know our m, therefore our k is going to be our k plus m, and our m is 3. This one will give us what? 23. Sorry. So k plus 3 will give us 23. So if we move 3 to the other side, our k is going to be equal to 23 minus 3. Therefore our k is going to be 20. From there now we can write an equation. Once we have the values of the constants, we write an equation, and the equation is here, only that it's not complete because we don't know the values of the constants. So our f in this case is going to be equal to k, which we have as 20, plus m, which is 3, then e cubed. That is now our equation connecting f and e. From there now we can solve the question. Find the value of f when e is equals to 5. So for us to get f, we take the value of e, which is 5, we substitute it in our equation, then we will be able to get our f. So our f is equals to 20 plus 3 times e. And the value of e has been given as 5, so it is going to be 3 times 5 cubed. From here, this one will be 20 plus 5 cubed means 5 times 5 times 5, which is 125, and 125 times 3, it is going to give us 375. So we are going to have 375. In this case, our f is going to be 375 plus 20, which gives us 395. 395 is the value of f. And by so doing, you would have answered that question very well.